You wake up, look at your schedule, and realize something strange. The hobbies, the games, the people you usually love seeing, none of it sparks anything in you anymore. It just feels empty. You didn't experience some sudden tragedy. There was no big dramatic event that broke your spirit. Instead, this quiet numbness just crept into your life over time. So you try to fix it the easiest way you know how. You pull out your phone, scroll through a feed, close it, open another app, and keep digging for something, anything, that will give you a quick hit of excitement. Your life isn't falling apart. Things are mostly fine, but fine has become this flat, neutral baseline where nothing feels terribly bad, but nothing feels particularly good either. You might be asking yourself what is wrong with you, treating this like a psychological failure. Your brain is doing exactly what it was built to do. You are experiencing a perfectly functioning biological adaptation. This graph represents your brain's internal baseline for stimulation. Historically, human environments were slow, so this baseline stayed low and steady. Your brain simply matched its surroundings. But today, you are soaking in an unnatural, constant stream of high-speed digital noise. Because you have constant access to instant entertainment and effortless rewards, your brain adjusts to expect that constant dopamine flow. Your internal threshold for what feels normal shoots upward. Now look at what happens to a normal day. Going for a walk, reading a book, or having a regular conversation sits way down here on the graph. It physically cannot cross your new elevated threshold for excitement, which is why everything you do feels so underwhelming. Compounding this is a loss of novelty. Your brain is a prediction machine. When your days are highly comfortable and locked into the exact same routine, your brain stops paying close attention because it already knows what is going to happen. Because you aren't encountering anything unpredictable, your brain stops recording distinct, detailed memories. That is why last month feels like it disappeared in the blink of an eye. You simply aren't giving your mind anything new. You haven't lost your capacity to feel joy. Your nervous system has just been heavily trained to ignore the predictable parts of your day and demand an extreme level of stimulation just to feel normal. This animation illustrates what happens to human attention in the modern world. To actually enjoy an experience, you have to be fully present for it. But constant notifications and the habit of switching between tasks shatters your focus into dozens of tiny pieces. With your attention bouncing frantically from one thing to the next, you never fully engage with any single task. You are constantly doing things, but because you aren't truly focusing, you never experience the emotional depth of actually doing them. We have replaced active participation with passive consumption. Instead of building, learning, or struggling through a difficult hobby, we spend our time watching other people do those things through a screen. Endlessly scrolling gives you a quick, cheap hit of stimulation without asking you to exert any real effort. But it provides absolutely zero lasting satisfaction once the screen goes dark. Eventually, you reach a strange emotional bottom line. You aren't in crisis, you have a comfortable life, but nothing in that life actually feels right. We optimized our routines to eliminate friction, effort, and boredom. In doing so, we accidentally removed the very challenges that signal to the brain that an experience actually matters. The good news is that your excitement isn't permanently gone. Since this emotional numbing is a mechanical adaptation by your nervous system, it works in reverse too. You can adapt back. This graph shows what an active reset looks like. By changing your habits, you can carefully force your brain's expected baseline of stimulation to descend back to its natural resting position. The first step is to reduce your overstimulation. You have to consciously cut back on the frictionless, algorithm-driven content and the endless scrolling that keeps your brain heavily saturated. Step 2 is reintroducing novelty. Break your daily loop. Take a different route to work. Visit a new part of town, or try a brand new activity. Force your brain to wake up and process an unpredictable environment. Step 3 is shifting your time toward effort-based activities. Instead of getting a free dopamine hit from a feed, make your brain earn its reward through learning a skill, building something with your hands, or struggling through a tough workout. Stripping away the constant digital noise allows your natural sensitivity to return. You are clearing the signal so you can actually hear it again. Step 4 is perhaps the hardest. You have to let micro moments of boredom exist again. When you're waiting in line or sitting on a bus, just sit in the silence. Resist the reflex to immediately escape into a screen. Boredom is a critical state because it provides the internal impulse needed to seek change. Without that stillness, you never develop the drive to find more meaningful action. Finally, step 5 is practicing deep focus. Give one single task or one single conversation your complete, undivided attention, without checking your phone or multitasking. I will be blunt. When you start doing this, it will feel incredibly boring and uncomfortable. Your brain will resist it because it is literally going through withdrawal from extreme stimulation. But if you push through that initial discomfort, your baseline will settle. You don't need to chase louder, more extreme forms of excitement. Once the static clears, the quiet, ordinary moments of your life will simply start to feel real again.